Hello guys, welcome back to K-Maths. We're going to be talking about factoring quadratic expressions using this worksheet provided by algebraworksheets.com. Be sure to check them out. We're going to be walking through each of these problems, explaining how to do them in our reasoning. Start with the first one. X squared plus 2x plus 8 minus 8. So here, we're using the same concept of rules, but we're just going to split the middle here. We have to find two factors that multiply to -8 and add up to 2. Off the base of your head, you gotta use your mental math here. Just think of it in your head. We can use 4 and -2. Let's test those factors. Test the factors. See 4, -2. 4 minus 2 is equal to 2, so that matches up with that one. And then 4 times -2 is equal to -8. And that matches up with that one, so that works out well. In that case, we're going to use that. So we're going to split the middle. X squared plus 4x minus 2x minus 8. Factor these out by parenthesing this two terms and these last two terms. Find a common factor in both of them, which is going to be x here, and this is going to be -2. Combine this term and this term. It's going to be x minus 2, and take the final result, which is going to be, I'm going to write it out here for a little more space, x plus 4 and -2 x plus 4, and take this similar expression here as well as a second expression, and this is going to be our final answer for our first problem. Let's go to the second one. So with this, we're getting a little more complicated. We have an a term here, 3. Therefore, we have to multiply the last term and this term together to get 15. So that means we have to get these two numbers to add up to they had to multiply to -15, and they had to add up to -2. So let's write this out. You could do a factor tree as well if you guys want to see that. But you also got to realize here that it's a negative number, so one of the numbers is going to have to be negative. And it's also, when added together, it's also negative, which means that the bigger number would have to be negative. So we know the terms for this. Let's see, 15 can have 5 and 3. Let's just see if that fits together. So remember, the bigger term will have to be negative because added together it is negative. So the bigger term therefore has to be negative. So that's going to be -5 plus 3, and that equals -2. Now let's see if it works for the multiplication. So we have to get 15, and it works because it is a factor already. So -5 times 3 is going to be -15. So let's factor that out. Split the middle term with the factor we just found. So it's going to be 5x squared plus 3x squared minus 5x. Also, you can either do this. I would do this as the first step, actually. I kind of forgot. But you can factor out an x because you can see they all have the same x term in here, and you don't need that. It just creates an extra step. Or you can factor out as here because you still have an x across all the terms. So it's the same thing. So let's just do it there. 3x2 minus 5x plus 3x minus 5. Okay? And then same thing. We split out these two on the left, split out those two on the right. Find the common factor, which is just an x here. Rewrite 3x minus 5. And then here we have the common factor as 1. So shut that out. 3x minus 5. Take this first one, this one, it's going to be x plus 1. Take the expressions that are the same here. It's going to be 3x minus 5. Alrighty. Go into the second problem. Oh, I actually went out of order here, but I think that's fine. Oh no, what am I doing? Got a little out of order. Okay. X squared minus 5x minus 14. One of those simpler expressions. Let's see. So we have to get multiplied to negative 14 and it has to up to negative 5. Using the same concept before, the big term will have to be negative because it is a negative. So off the bat, 14, the only terms that are low to combine with is 7 and 2. Let's just see if that works. Negative 7, because it's a bigger one, plus 2, works out for 5, and works out for 14. So let's use that. X squared minus 7x plus 2x minus 14. Parentheses out the first two, parentheses out those. It's going to be x minus 7, and 2x minus 7. Works out using the same rules as we applied earlier to be that. Works out perfectly. Let's try this one now. Same thing. We're finding two numbers that fit into to multiply to 20 and add 8. For 20 we have 4 and 5 as our terms. Let's just see for 20. 4 and 5. 10 and 2 and 20 and 1. So let's see which of those work for this one. So 4 and 5. So the bigger one will have to be negative 5 plus 4. You don't get that. So we'll go to the next one. Big one has to be negative 10 plus 2. You get that. Multiply together, you get 20. So it works out. Let's try that. X squared minus 10x plus 2x minus 20. Factor those out. X minus 10, 2x minus 10. Get the final answer of x plus 2 is equal to x minus 10. Understandable. Alright. Let's go to these last few. I'm going to go through these just a little faster. You guys can see just the process of me doing it because I already explained the back ones. If you do get a harder one, I'll go through it a little more and we'll go from there. Negative 7, 18. Think about that. 9 and 2 works out for that, so it's going to be x squared minus 9x plus 2x minus 18. Take out the x there. Let's get 2x3 minus 6x3 minus 2 x plus 3. Here you have a Alright, so I think here it's already factored out for you, kind of. So try to write this a little clearer. So our thing we're going to be using off is going to be like this. And we can already see that this is, although it's not something you see in your proper form, you can still factor these first two and these last two. So let's do that. 2x squared, taking the like term from both of these, get x minus 3, x minus 3, and you can take out a negative 1 here because you don't want the negative in front. So it's gonna be negative 3. So that actually works out well. So it's gonna be 2x squared minus 1 over x minus 3. So we're gonna put that over there. Took me a little while because kind of haven't seen one of those problems. You can just use the same concepts we learned from earlier as for that one as well. Wow, looks like I crashed a little bit, honestly. Jeez. Okay. Go through these last problems. These look pretty simple. So off the bat here, take out the 5x because they're like terms. X minus 8. That's your final answer. Okay, this one, to get 12, which are like terms, we have 4 and 3, 6 and 2. Try that. 4 and 3. We know it's positive, so they're both going to be positive. So 4 and 3. X squared plus 4x plus 3x plus 12. Sorry, yeah, so that was right. X plus 4. Oh my god, I rewrite it. Plus 4, and then 3x plus 4. Final answer is going to be x plus 3, x plus 4. Okay. Here, let's see, to get 16, it's divisible by 8, so negative, and that's going to be a negative as well, so one of them has to be a negative, and the bigger number is going to be negative because we know that we have a negative number here. So it's going to be x squared minus x plus 2x minus 16 works out well. X minus 8, 2x minus 8, x plus 2, x minus 8. Okay, got this one. So we can see that we have a positive c variable this time. So that and a negative b variable, which means that both the numbers are going to be negative because they have to cancel out to make it positive. Let's keep that notice. We know that 25 and 10, 2 5s can go into that, so it's going to be 2 negative 5s. Just like that. Let's factor out those. X minus x 5. Yeah, kind of messed it up. X is 5, negative 5, x minus 5. Final answer is going to be an x minus 5, x minus 5, or we can write that as x minus 5, 2 squared. So guys, that is the end of this video. If you found this guide helpful, please make sure to smash that like button and follow us for more helpful math, chemistry, programming, and other stuff.